Thank you for joining us for our video series exploring expertise in commercial real estate property marketing. Today, we're taking a deeper look at how marketing is evolving in commercial real estate. Thank you, Lex, for making the time to speak with us today.
No problem. It's good to be here.
Excellent. Let's jump right in. So tell me a little bit, why do you think companies are now placing an importance on strategic project marketing campaigns?
I think the successful companies or landlords always have, and that's been a key part of their success. I don't necessarily think it's something that's new. I think in my experience, it has ebbed and flowed a little bit with the market. I think we're at a really interesting time right now. In many markets across Canada, it's been a real bull run with leasing space and selling commercial real estate. I mean, if I think about Vancouver and Toronto, we're kind of around 2% vacancy. So you could send up a smoke signal that you've got space available and you'd get multiple offers on it. I think with COVID, we're going to see some of that shift a little bit, and landlords and vendors are going to have to compete a little bit more. Thoughtful marketing strategy, thoughtful marketing execution is going to be a real important part of how they do.
Excellent. And what would you say Colliers is doing different from some of the other firms out there?
Different in the property marketing space?
Yes.
Yeah, I think there are a few key things. First of all, is making it a priority. So when I think about when I came across to Canada 10 years ago, I was just flabbergasted at how poor the standard of property marketing generally was in commercial real estate right across the industry. It was pure commodity advertising. You'd have listing sheets, brokers would be taking low resolution photographs from the front seat of their car. Online search tools really hadn't evolved or were almost non-existent. I mean, LoopNet was around, but pretty clunky at that time. Print ads, which were still, 10 years ago, were still pretty prominent. Their use has diminished a little bit, but print ads were still running in black and white. And the creative execution was really poor, with pretty average writing skills, design, layout, right through. At that point, we were in a recession, and there was a lot of uncertainty about how long the recovery was going to be. But working with our CEO at the time, David Bowden, and a generally pretty understaffed marketing team, we made a declaration that we were going to make being great at property marketing a real priority. And I think that's really the first key point in terms of why it's different here. We've really made it a priority from a strategic perspective, from the CEO right down. The second piece I think that's different about Colliers is what has evolved over those 10 years after making it a priority is the quality of talent that we've been able to both bring on board and develop and add to the team. Has really enables you to innovate, to bring ideas from different sectors, whether it's bringing people in from the residential sector to bring their ideas, bringing people in even from consumer goods and applying their ideas, but having the right talent in place to execute on that, and then creating that culture of innovation and being first and pushing forward. So I believe those three things kind of all come together that really enable us culturally to have a bit more of an emphasis on property marketing as an important aspect of the service delivery that we have. And when you create that environment for innovation to flourish, you get some great results, and you find that you start to lead the industry in certain sectors. So we were the first to buy Google search terms at scale. We were the first to really create a bunch of quality standards around professional photography or good quality photography. We've got almost a half a dozen Matterport cameras now doing virtual tours and things across the country. We've completely revamped the digital platform where we now have social amplification, advanced targeting, retargeting, and even some basic automation, which are all things that come from having a culture of great talent, but creating that environment where they do want to push the boundaries and and bring ideas from different industries and sectors.
So tell me about some of the interesting tools and technologies that you've seen be successful when marketing in commercial real estate.
Yeah, people often come to me and ask about what's the latest tool, what's the latest app that I can use that's going to help with my marketing, and it's really interesting to see what I've learned. And I've been sort of in property marketing and marketing with Colliers now for 17 years. Is the tools tend to come and go, and don't get me wrong, they're important. And particularly when you're trying to get cut through in a cluttered market, you can't underestimate the value of a good gimmick. I remember when we were the first to do drone photography, which, was pretty common in the residential space. We were able to get press out of the fact that we were doing drone photography, and to me, it actually seemed kind of a bit fundamental at the time. But a good gimmick, can be great at getting some cut through and attention. At the moment, we're working with a great number of virtual tour and augmented reality companies, different video creation and editing tools that really help you get speed to market with good creative. And we've been working with a number of companies with our prop tech accelerator that are in that space specifically, and that's all great. But I actually think the real shift from a marketing perspective, particularly in the last 2 or 3 years, has been a bit more behind the scenes. The way that us and other companies have been able to improve the way they collect and manage data has enabled us to what we can do today in terms of really defining, identifying, and analyzing really specific target groups and customer segments really builds our ability to develop and execute more impactful, relevant marketing strategies. And that brings me back kind of to the strategy piece and marketing fundamentals piece. I'd like to say marketing fundamentals are kind of the new black. They never really go out of fashion. So while you've got all these tools coming in and everybody's got an app that'll draw floor plans or do some mapping or create a virtual tour, ultimately it comes back to some of the fundamentals. And the really important pieces are the science behind really understanding a market segment, what their pain points are, what they need, and the opportunities that are going to present from where things are going in the market, together with the art and science of actually positioning an asset or any product based on its unique differentiating features and the benefits to that very specific audience based on research and a little bit of instinct. And the ability to actually create and articulate a compelling offer with well put together copy and purposeful design and the elements of telling a story as opposed to just plonking it all onto a page are really the 3 big factors in marketing effectiveness. And the tools and the channels are kind of a little bit of noise around all of that. They have enabled us to do it more quickly now, though.
Thank you so much for your time, Lex. I really appreciated getting to talk with you and learning a bit more about your insights in property marketing and commercial real estate.
No worries, Tanya. It was a pleasure.